So here we have studied a brief overview on a variables and a data types so far, variables and the data types, and created a few variables in the class. So not a few, we just created only one variable. In the same Java class, let us go ahead and create a few more variables. Okay, let us go ahead and create a few more variables. What exactly we are going to deal with it. Okay, so here we have a defined int a equal to 5. String we didn't study, na? Int a is equal to 5. Boolean b is equal to true. So I'm defining either a true or a false here. If it is a boolean, basically, I'll be defining it either true or a false. So boolean b equal to true. So we are storing a value of a true into a variable b, which is of a boolean data type. Okay, and then character c is equal to single character. I have specified that. Char C is equal to, the character will be always stored within a single character itself that I have a specified. Character C is equal to, I have a defined a single character text. Okay, so here and double D is equal to 13 point something. So what is this double? You will get confused here. See, inside the float, double is there. So that's the reason I have defined it as a double. So here, int, boolean, character, and a double. These are the 4 different data types of whatever we have. Okay, these are the 4 different data types of whichever we have in order to deal with this particular, okay, in order to deal with this particular variables and other constants. Okay, these are the 4 different types of variables that we have created in Java in this class. Fine, perfect. So we studied that a class is a collection of methods, main methods, and variables. I know about the variables that we have studied. I don't know what is a method and what exactly the main method is. So let us study about a method as well as a main. So here, method. Method is a group of statements that are packed together. Okay, group of statements, you will call it as a method. As part of this method, we will perform certain logics inside the method. Okay, we will perform certain logics inside the method. Depending upon our need, we will be creating methods and we are going to use those methods within the Java class itself. So how you need to create a method and what is the syntax for this method? So public void method name, open braces and the close the braces for this method, and I'm specifying the parenthesis here. This parenthesis would be 1 and the same. Okay, this parenthesis would be 1 and the same. So okay, public void method name. Okay, so what exactly we need to define as part of this method name is, okay, public void method name. So within this method, you can write down any logic that whatever you want. So public, we will study, void, slowly we will study, and the method name. You can use any name, but right after the method name, you need to define these open brace, close braces. That would be the method parenthesis out over there. Okay, good. And then, and then the next point that we need to consider here is, okay, so public void method name, and this is the syntax. Let's go back to the editor and let us create this syntax out over there. Scroll down. Public void Method name. I'm giving my method name as a login. As for the syntax, we need to give the open braces, close the braces, and we need to define this braces. That's it. Okay, as for this, we just need to define this particular thing. That's it. Public void login, and you need to define the open brace and as well as this close the braces. And we just need to define this open and as well as a close braces, guys. So I have created my method here. Now I'm adding a comment here that I can write any logic here. Okay, I can write down any logic within this. See, as of now, I just added it as a comment, a single liner comment. I have added it here. Okay, so public void login, and I can write down the respective logic. And then once after we have specified these respective logic inside this, now let us write down the logic. As of now, we don't know anything about our Selenium code. We don't know anything much about the Java. At this particular point of time, what we need to do is we will be writing down a simple print statement in Java. So SYSO control space that will be hit enter, that will be generating you this system.out.println. Above line is used to print a message to the eclipse console. Whichever the eclipse console is there, this above line is used to print that. Only thing that we need to do is, okay, only thing is we need to pass on the desired print statement to that method. We just need to pass on the desired statement. And the keyboard shortcut key is the keyboard shortcut key to generate that particular method is type SYSO, press Control plus space and then hit enter. Automatically you will get that line system.out.println is the line that will be generating out over there. So here for this I'm adding a double quotes. The string that I'm passing here, what is the string that I'm passing here? System.out.println login logic false here. Okay, so I'm just specifying login logic false here. That's it. So I have just specified this information. Okay, so what we have done right now, we have studied a method and we have created a method. Usually a quick question that rises in our mind, that, buddy, why are we creating the methods? Right? Why are we creating any methods? What is the significance of a methods? Okay, you told us that why the method, how the method should be created, but why we need to use this method? What is the significance of these methods? So the point out over here is in Java, methods are created for reusable purpose. One-time creation and you can use it for multiple times. Okay, whichever the method we have created, you can use it multiple times. Oh, if that's the case, how are we going to use? We'll see with a programmatical example in Java. But the ultimate objective of this method is you will create it for once and you will be using it for multiple times. So the next point, what would be the best example for a method? Assume that I am on an Amazon.com. I purchased my first account on Amazon. So I created my account on an Amazon.com now. And at the very first time, I'm trying to purchase the products on Amazon. So whenever I'm trying to purchase my products on Amazon at the very first time, when I navigated to the payment gateway, there is an option for me to enter my card details. And below that, there is a small checkbox, which is okay, that particular checkbox is save card info. What does it will do basically? If at all you are doing this or if at all you are clicking on this particular checkbox, Okay, if at all you are clicking on that particular checkbox, your card information will be saved to your account. Moving further, whenever you want to do the payment, you no need to enter the card information and other details that was already saved to your account. The only thing is you just need to enter the card number and we can proceed with the payment, or the secret PIN number and we can proceed with the payment, guys. So it means, what are we doing in this situation? We entered the card information for one time and we are using it for multiple times. Okay, we are entering that card information and we are using that information for multiple times. This whole process, we call it as a reusability, and how the reusability occurs in a programming way. You have explained a generic example, right? So can you please explain a small programming wise example? Yes, the example is, assume that we have a three developer. One, two, and three. This developer one requirement is write down a program to create a user. Developer two requirement is to edit a user. Developer three requirement is to delete a user. Create user, edit user, and as well as a delete user. These are the three different scenarios. So this developer, in order to create, he need to write down the logic login, login, create, and a logout. Whereas for the edit the user, login, edit, and a logout. The similar way for the delete user, login, delete, and a logout. So if you clearly observe, right, all the three developers should write down the logic for login and as well as a logout. So it is waste of time for everyone, right? So what exactly the method means? Create one logic for login and a logout so that everyone can simply reuse that logic, so that they no need to create those logics again and again. Okay, they no need to create the logics again and again. Once if someone got it created, others can simply reuse that particular logic. Okay, others can simply reuse that particular logic, guys. Is this point clear for you all, or any questions from you? Everyone? Everyone, what exactly the method is, how we are going to deal with it. Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, clear.
Okay, good. Perfect, done the deal. So the thing is, I have created one login method here in this class now. So let me create a one more method. So here, public void logout. This is the another method, system.out.println. This is logout logic. So guys, one thumb rule that you need to consider is, if at all you are defining a method, so usually few people will ask me a question, Surendra, you are ending a semicolon, so you are placing a semicolon for these things, but you haven't placed a semicolon for the line number 2, line number 10, and a line number 14. The reason is, these are the definitions. Okay, method syntax. For the syntaxes, you will not end with a semicolon. You will just open with the braces. Whichever the logics you are writing, for all the logics, you will end with a semicolon. See, int A, B, C, D, int A, boolean B, character C, double D, all these things are variables. All these variables you need to end with a semicolon. Logout is a method. You are not ending the braces for that. And system.out.println here, this is the thing basically. Okay, this is the logic that it is ending here with a semicolon. That's it. So this is all about introduction to a method. So today, what we have done is we created a method, two methods, and we have written some logic inside. Now, as part of the next session, we will see how to reuse the methods. Okay, if I have defined the methods in one class, how I am calling these methods in another class, let us discuss in the tomorrow's session. Okay, done the deal, guys. That's all I have for today. See you again tomorrow. Take care.